You see, I love me a man. Now, Trump is a man's man. Whether you blue collar or you in the White House, it ain't nothing like a strong man to stand up to another man and protect his family and protect this house. You don't come in our house. You don't come to my family's country and disrespect me or disrespect us. And let's not talk about J.D. Vance. They was standing on business. You don't come to a made man like Donald Trump and the dream team and talk to them like they minions. Us real women, especially us MAGA women, we love a man's man. Where the real men at? The man is back, baby. America is back. And Trump just told him like a man tell another man to his face, don't you come up in my house and disrespect me. As a matter of fact, go home.
Valerie, focus us back. We are digressing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny.
Hey fam, it's your girl Valerie Denise Jones checking in, not in a great mood. Why? Because YouTube has been blocking my videos all day and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you please help me? If you can help me figure out what is happening, please meet me down in the comment section to tell me why these videos have been demonetized. I'm going to try it again, okay? So please forgive. Oh, shout out to Teran Reyes and Auntie Carolyn for sending me the information that's enclosed in this video.
What do you think happened to President Trump's hand?
President Trump got a bruise on the back of his hand because he backhanded that little Ukrainian troll that calls himself the president of Ukraine for backstabbing him after he agreed to sign the middle of the security agreement. That's my answer. I stand by it. Prove me wrong.
That's your story and you're sticking to it?
That's his story and he's sticking to it.
All right.
I'll second that emotion.
LA?
I think he got it shaking hands.
You do? Oh, that's so sweet.
How do you get a bruise on the back of your hand from shaking hands, though?
They said it was aggressive shaking, pushing, and pulling. That's what they said.
I don't buy that one.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's kind of unlikely. Look at all the hands this guy shakes on a regular basis, and extended handshakes too. He's never had a bruise before. Trump is always shaking hands with people. I'm surprised he does it the way he does. He's such a germaphobe, but he shakes hands like few other presidents ever have.
Okay, Valerie, next.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
According to our Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, the respective staffs of both of the heads of state had already agreed to the terms of the agreement. It was finalized. All Volodymyr Zelenskyy had to do was show up, probably looking more presentable than he did in an actual suit and tie, but however he came, he was supposed to be prepared to sign the agreement in a public ceremony, mouth a few platitudes, express gratitude to the American people, go have a nice lunch with a big PR opportunity, and start negotiating with the Russians to end the slaughter in Eastern Europe, in the Donbass, and elsewhere in Ukraine. That was what was agreed to. And this guy comes in there and starts to publicly renegotiate the terms of the deal that have already been agreed to, without notifying President Trump of his reservations about it and canceling the agreement before he even arrived there, and let them rehash the agreements of the deal and then come back there and sign something he thought would be acceptable. So what he did was undercut the president right to his face without giving him any prior warning, and made him look bad and made everything look bad. He just upset the apple cart. You just don't do that kind of a thing. Even if he has a good case about I don't blame him for being apprehensive about the Russians. I wouldn't take them at their word. Remember, they did give assurances absent the present-day conditions that I spoke to earlier. Back in 1993, which did not exist, they gave assurances for the security of Ukraine along with 4 other nations, and they signed on the dotted line. Yet still, we got an invasion in 2022, which, by the way, could have been over in March of 22 had not the European Union, with the tacit approval of the United States, sent Boris Johnson as an envoy to Ukraine to disregard the Russian offer of an armistice and continue the fight. It could have been over in March of 2022. we wouldn't have this war right now.
Mm-hmm.
They told Peter, said, don't worry, Ukraine, we got your back. We'll give you whatever you need to beat back them pesky rusty. It's all these people slaughtered for nothing. You are not going to win a battle of attrition against Russia, because right now it's descended into trench warfare like you had from 1914 to 1918 with a 400-mile line of trenches from the North Sea to Switzerland. And that's what this fighting has turned into, trench warfare. It's a battle of attrition. They've got a nation of about 40 million people. Russia's got a nation of 150 million. How can you win a battle of attrition with them? Right now, Ukraine is scraping the bottom of the conscription barrel. They are shanghaiing conscripts off the street and kidnapping them and shoving them into vans in violation of Ukrainian conscription law, giving them 3 weeks of basic training, and sending them off the front to be cannon fodder.
Allegedly.
Russia hasn't even begun conscription. They're not even drafting anybody. They're paying their troops well with contracts. If they volunteer to go fight in Ukraine, they're being paid quite well, at least the prevailing wage in that part of the world. They're not conscripting anybody. They haven't even begun. They haven't even really committed their reserves yet. And Ukraine is already hungry from, like President Trump said, you're running out of men. Did you see Zelenskyy argue against any point that Trump made as he summed up that situation on the battlefield? No, you did not, because he knows everything Trump said was true.
What do you say to people who think it was an ambush?
It was an ambush by Zelenskyy. He's renegotiating the terms of the goddamn agreement after he agreed to them. That's the ambush. I don't know what these people are witnessing. They just hate Trump. Zelenskyy was there to do a photo op. It was agreed to. If it was going to change the terms of the deal, you weren't supposed to bring it up in public before the press. I mean, these people are just stupid, especially that damn woman, that reporter from CNN. I'm embarrassed. Oh, shut up. Spare me your outrage. You're not paying attention to what's going on. Zelenskyy changed the terms of the deal. That's the bottom damn it line from his most important ally.
One of Norway's biggest fuel suppliers, something Haltback Bunkers, has reportedly stopped refueling U.S. Navy ships. This follows a public meltdown between Ukraine President Zelenskyy and U.S. President Donald Trump at the Oval Office. The marine fuel company announced boycott of refueling U.S. Navy vessels and also urged other European suppliers to follow with similar bans.
Well, let's see. Let's see how well Europe does without the armed forces of the United States standing there against Russia. Let them. Hey, do they believe in cutting their nose off to spite their face too? They're stupid.